Here's a question for you. Why are certain neighborhoods in Chicago hotter than others in this extreme heat? NBC5's Patrick Fazio live this evening in Lincoln Park, trying to get some answers to this. Patrick?
Hey, Stephan. Yeah, unlike some neighborhoods on Chicago's west and south sides, here in Lincoln Park, they actually have a pretty good tree canopy, one of the better tree canopies in all of Chicago. And when you take a look in the shade here, the sidewalk, it's about 98 degrees in the shade. But when you shoot this temperature gun into the sunshine, and it shows it's about 112 degrees when you're in the sunshine, a big difference from the shade and the sun. And we're actually seeing a link to the lack of shade here in Chicago to heat-related illnesses. According to city data, the 4 zip codes with the most heat-related emergencies in Chicago are also among the areas with the fewest trees.
Extreme heat is the #1 cause of weather-related deaths in the nation, and trees are one of the most efficient and effective strategies that we have for reducing heat.
Jared Patton with Chicago's Department of Environment says the city is working to make the tree canopy more consistent in all neighborhoods, especially the west and south sides.
There's a pattern of disinvestment that affects communities throughout the city. You know, we see disparities in the economy, in health, and environmental impacts, and trees are no different.
Since 2022, Chicago's Our Roots program has planted about 64,000 trees, but the city says it's no longer just planting or pruning trees based on requests from neighbors.
Instead of having that be entirely complaint-based, we're now going across the city bit by bit to make sure that we can do things in a really effective manner, and that's more than double the amount of trees that we've been able to treat in the last year.
The city is also working with organizations to plant more trees more quickly.
In the past, we've talked to people and they would be waiting for a tree for over 3 years in some cases.
Tonadia Rodriguez with Open Lands relies on volunteers to help plant about 1,000 trees a year in undershaded areas like this park in Little Village.
We decided to plant trees around the path because that's where people wanted to have more shade while they're out on their walks. Have more shade around the fields here while they watch their kids play soccer.
We're seeing great results, but the truth is that we're never going to be done with this work. It's a generational project.
Now you can request a tree to be added to the parkway in front of your home here in Chicago by calling 311. And if you'd like to volunteer to help plant more trees in our community, you can go to that website, openlands.org. Reporting live in Lincoln Park, Patrick Fazio, NBC5 News. Now back to you guys in the much cooler air-conditioned studio.
I was going to say, I'm feeling for you, Patrick. Hopefully you get in the shade and cool down a little bit. We appreciate it.